It's a car. It's still, I call cars as transportation device. Takes my ass from point A and moves it to point B. Okay. Some cars do this with the comfort. In some cars you struggle, but it's still the outcome is the same.
You found a new location for today's interview.
Yep. It's actually on the boat.
It's on the boat. I thought it was a submarine.
Does it sound like a submarine?
No, it looks pretty cool. Are you able to tell us about the room that you're in right now?
It's actually the captain corner, from where I can technically see my majority of devices, battery chargers. I do have access to the plotter here on the side, radar. I have the radio here. Where it is, so I can talk to the harbor. So it's yeah, and I do some planning here and I work from here. So it's a new way of working remotely.
Absolutely, on the water instead of the land, and it's going well for you so far.
So far, so good.
Yeah. So we have a bit of an edgy topic today, a little bit of an aggressive chat to have today. I know you wanted to have this conversation for a while. Let's have it on the record. Enterprise blockchain. Is it hot or not? Is the buzz that we expected 1 year ago equal to the same buzz that we're seeing today? Are you able to share your initial thoughts? Why are we having this discussion? Where is the fire inside of your belly right now on the topic of blockchain?
So it's actually a tough topic now. So if you ask me, first of all, like full disclaimer, I do believe that blockchain, it's an amazing technology. And I do believe it's a foundation for the future in many dimensions, in many sectors, in many domains. However, blockchain is the foundation. Okay, it's not the silver bullet for everything. It's like another aspect that we can use when we build enterprise solutions. Another component, I would say. Okay, and I do believe it's the future. Okay, in the future we will be using blockchain-driven solutions more and more. So this is like my really firm belief. What I see right now, like at least reality that I see, okay, and I want to be mistaken. I really want to be mistaken, and I want to be in a position that somebody will say, no, Misha, screw you, idiot, you're looking in the wrong places, you're talking to the wrong people or whatever. I would love to hear this feedback. But unfortunately, right now, my observation for last, I would say, not just last year, okay, more than like last 3 years, okay. And last year was like, I'm talking about 2020, was so promising. It was a lot of reports from Gartner, it was reports from Deloitte, KPMG, Forrester. Everybody was pitching, oh, it's 2020, it's the year of blockchain in enterprises. Adoption is going like crazy. It's going to be consumed by enterprises. Enterprises will start switching to the new era, new applications driven by the blockchain. Now I can say, like, again, my observation, my experience, and I do work a lot with enterprises, different kind of enterprises. My experience that and probably now tomatoes will start flying toward me. It's just blockchain and enterprises is just BS. Okay, it's buzz. Companies declare that they want to do something with blockchain. Some monetize on those declarations and directly or indirectly. I don't see any blockchain adoption by enterprises in production. I do know companies that did POCs. I do know companies that try to develop applications, developed applications that blockchain driven, nothing in production. And the funny part that I'm getting more and more feelings that enterprises don't want to go to production. So I see like big differences between what people declarate, what enterprises declarate, and what they really do. So this is big. And again, probably the second wave of tomatoes. I think that many enterprises don't want even to implement technologies that bringing solutions like blockchain can bring. Full transparency, security, traceability,
trust, connectivity.
They used to do manipulation of data for last 30 years. They love it. So they don't want to get rid of this ability to do something with data. Oh, what if I made a mistake? I can fix it quick. No. So this is my observation. Okay. Yeah. So probably it's too early. And we can discuss why it's too early. There's also a few different thoughts why it's too early. But again, I don't see, unfortunately, and I want to cry, I don't see production big deployment of blockchain-driven solutions.
Yeah, well, I hope we can unpack this a little bit, because there's pros and cons, there's forces for and forces against. I know we take our content pretty seriously here at DeepDive, so just referencing something that you had said, referencing a Deloitte report from 2019, said, quote unquote, we said, quote unquote, referencing Deloitte, in Deloitte's 2019 Global Blockchain Survey of 1,400 senior executives, 80% are seeing compelling use cases, with 40% planning on spending more than $5 million on blockchain initiatives in the next 12 months. You're saying from your perspective, this has not happened.
I didn't see it, okay? And let's be clear from the beginning. I'm not talking, and I don't want to talk about blockchain implication in the financial sector, anything related to the crypto, the FIs, or any other solutions somehow directly or indirectly related to the cryptocurrency, okay? Nothing wrong about it, but it's not the case, okay? So I'm talking about, for example, new line of applications, new business applications that's now shifting from classical legacy databases like Oracle, like MySQL, Microsoft SQL, whatever different legacy databases, and shifting toward blockchain-driven solutions where those enterprises starting to collaborate with another vendors, another units, in other departments, giving to clients more information about traceability of particular product or service or anything. I'm talking about this, and I don't see it happens. I do know about many projects that were subsidized by vendor like IBM, like Amazon, okay, like Microsoft, just to, my opinion, and probably now I'm gonna be killed by those vendors. Again, it's just about buzz, generate the buzz.
Build the use cases.
Build a use case, and yes, use cases there. There are many use cases. But the fun part, again, enterprise is not excited to move to them, okay, and start using those use case, new services, new offerings, okay. So I know clients that build a POC and didn't move it to production.
Right.
The POC, proof of concept, right, was 100% successful. Actually, everything went exactly as it planned. All the measurement criteria of success, everything was there. Okay, so it's good, but no explanations why transition to production is not happening. Okay, so something weird. Okay, and if we will talk about vendors, like we have a lot of declarations that IBM has the blockchain, like IBM Hyperledger Fabric, right? We have Amazon declared that they do have blockchain solutions. Microsoft is talking about blockchain solutions. But when we will really starting to dig deep, what we see that all those vendors trying to sell more compute, some virtual machines, some services where the blockchain solution will be deployed. Okay. IBM probably does the best job on trying to work with customers and trying to push to them solutions and bring some ideas, talk about some use cases, some implementations. But again, where it is in production.
Well, let's use the example of Walmart, right? So like, I'd like to hear your perspective on Walmart, because you're more in touch with the market than I am. And, you know, I'm asking you, but what I can tell you that I see factually is when I type in Walmart blockchain on a Google News search, I see nothing relevant at all with the year 2021 attached to it. That doesn't seem like buzz to me. From your perspective, do you know anything about this story? Are you able to give an opinion about why it maybe did not take off the way it should have? Or with some of these big stories that, yes, IBM is attaching its name to, why is it not going beyond pilot project? Why is it not getting the adoption?
It's few angles, actually. Look, it's not just one, okay? There's no one answer why it's not moving forward. Okay?
Yeah.
One could be really simple. It's gonna take next 5 years. Huge enterprise, for transition to production, big solutions, takes years. Yes, it takes years. But usually, like, we do have a roadmap. We know the roadmap. We know like what business does. We know the milestones. We know the checkpoints. We know everything, right? When we go with this, in this particular case, I don't know. Like, I have hard time to believe, really hard time to believe, that all Walmart suppliers already switched to the blockchain, deploy the nodes, integrated with them, every single truck company or anything. Product producers, delivery services, like, no. Okay, if any of them would do this, of course they will create the buzz about this. Like, probably not only lazy people and lazy companies didn't try to ride on this wave, on this buzz about blockchain, to demonstrate how innovative they are.
Even if it's just for the marketing benefit, right? Of being able to say,
exactly.
And we see startup companies raising funding from venture capitalists where I swear they're integrating a blockchain solution just for the buzz.
Yeah, but show me one supplier of Walmart pitching about this. Oh, we are so proud to be part of the consortium and be on the same blockchain with Walmart. I didn't hear this. I didn't see this. Maybe I missed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We know, for example, that one of the companies in Winnipeg, they do logistic company. They work a lot with Walmart. I don't know if they did any blockchain integration with Walmart network.
Yeah, and I would even go. I would go one step further and say, even if they did the integration, are they benefiting from it? Are they seeing more sales? Are they more efficient? Are they more secure? Right, like that's the next step. It's beyond the adoption. Once it's adopted, is it, does it work? And I believe that it's not that your opinion about blockchain's future has changed. You're just saying
Nope.
it's taking a hell of a lot longer than you would have anticipated, right?
Yep. And again, like I developed right now some belief that literally many organizations don't even wanna adopt this technology because suddenly it can demonstrate their inefficiency. This technology can demonstrate that they actually do manipulate some data. They do something behind the scenes, and people don't want this.
Yeah.
So this is kind of some of my feelings right now, in many cases.
For sure. Is there anywhere that you do see blockchain winning right now that's not fintech related? So let's put fintech aside, but is there any other use case or situation or industry where you can say, you know what, maybe blockchain is BS and it's not working and it's filled with scammers and it's just all hype over here? But is there another area where you can say, you know what, this is promising?
I do believe supply chain management probably the best use case right now.
Okay.
And remember, let's go back 10 months ago, okay? When we were like really on the peak of the pandemic. It was like all the net was flooded with articles that this pandemic demonstrated that our supply chain mechanisms not efficient. We're gonna die now. All the logistic in the world is crashing, right?
We're running out of food. Yeah.
Zero adoption. We didn't die. Okay. Supply chain management works. Good or bad, doesn't matter, right? But we don't see that anything changed. Not at all. We pitched to one company, one organization, a solution, blockchain-driven solution that could have saved dozens of millions of dollars just on savings by introducing efficiency. Project didn't move, didn't even start. My declaration, probably some people don't like this kind of efficiency.
Yeah.
Because who knows, maybe jobs will, somebody will lose their job. There's many angles like why it's not happening. Right now, I don't see it's happening at all. I do see, for example, another wave, really interesting. Maybe it's somehow connected. Some companies trying to do experiments with blockchain, and they're trying to hire developers in-house to do some blockchain POC test and whatever. I already heard that some HR companies, they putting as requirements blockchain knowledge even if they are going to do zero with blockchain.
Hmm.
You know why? By doing this small trick, they identifying developers that constantly learning, self-studying, and going with the new waves and kind of progressing.
Yeah.
They don't want to ask, oh, do you self-develop? But let's put this aside.
Cool.
Okay. When companies hiring a developer that has no experience with building enterprise level blockchain solutions, my opinion, this company, this organization is setting up itself to the failure. Because if they will try to do the POC by someone who has zero experience with blockchain, even if he is a genius, okay, it's gonna take time until he will get appropriate knowledge of the blockchain. But so what it means, the solution, the POC itself, also will this failure. So business will make a decision based on failure. So they're not getting anywhere. Okay, so this is kind of a little bit crazy right now.
Yeah, it just makes me think, like, what is value? So if the blockchain vendors are going out there and saying you need this because it brings trust and it brings transparency and it brings security and it allows you to, share your data with other organizations in a way that nobody gets upset, and all these other values, if the companies that they're presenting these values to don't agree with the values, is it still a valuable thing? Right? If governments don't want to be transparent, and one of the main value propositions is transparency, is the technology still valuable? Or is it a cultural problem? What needs to change? It seems like the technology is there, it works. You hire experienced developers, it'll bring you these values. But is there a mismatch between the values that society wants and the values that technology wants? Like, you're saying that in the future, we will see blockchain everywhere. How, I'm asking?
Wow. You're pushing me right now to a particular direction, man. You know that is a Pandora box, okay? Because if I go with this direction, I can talk probably for a week. Like, I have my own conspiracy theory about that. But let me just ask you some questions, okay?
Okay.
If we know, and everybody knows, that blockchain DAO solutions, we can bring like really interesting use cases for voting, for example.
Sure.
It's proved already many times that you cannot fuck it, okay, in a way that why this technology is not used in the voting systems yet. I'm even not talking about let's use this to select a new prime minister of the country or new president.
Mm-hmm.
Why it's not there? There is amazing use cases, amazing, fabulous use cases for health industry. Show me in production in any country right now. Yeah, this hospital works 100% on all the applications and services driven by blockchain.
Right. You won't see it.
No. And in this particular sector, we're probably not going to see it in the next 25 years. Okay. Why? Because we do have some regulations, old regulations, old policies, old rules. Everybody complains about them. Nobody does anything to change them. About 3 months ago, I had a really interesting conversation with one business in the health industry. They're developing really good services. They wanted my opinion on particular architecture design, of their application, services, product, everything what they want to build and extend. So I helped them. I did some drawing, some whiteboarding session. Like really interesting. And then I'm getting, and by the way, it was already 2021, okay, this year. And then I'm hearing interesting comment. Misha, don't forget, this application that gonna be developed should have an ability to send fax. Because in many cases, right now, fax in the health industry still in use and required. And I have no idea why people trust fax more than certified email or DocuSign certification or anything. Like there's many other solutions that can be in use. Okay, I'm even not talking right now about blockchain.
Good point. Yeah.
Like, and I hear the pain about fax in the health industry for the last probably 15 years, and we still have fax in the health industry.
Yeah, for sure. I know you've mentioned also about, you know, you said to me specifically, you said that you do remember there was huge pushback just for the internet when the internet first became widely available. You said to me that you remember there was huge pushback for cloud adoption, which we've talked extensively about. So I guess that's the other side of this coin, right? Is saying, well, maybe all this pushback, maybe it's not such a bad thing in the big picture, right? Are you still seeing the similarities in history between what we've seen with other technologies, or is blockchain doing something new that we can't look at something in history and say blockchain might be this too? Or do you see the similarities?
You know, like I spent lately quite a lot of time on the water. Like I did in 1 month 4,200 nautical miles. I had a lot of time to think. So if I will go back to the baby steps, new steps of the internet, right? Yes, it was some pushback. But now, after all those thoughts, when I was on the ship navigating in the middle of the night, the boat, I came to one really interesting realization. At the time of the baby steps of internet, like internet adoption, it was something that it was new. We had no internet before.
Right.
So people were scared, didn't want to use it. It was some negative connotation at the beginning. And but it was new, absolutely new. Okay. And people like on really, it's in part of our DNA. We always want to try something new. Just a matter of time. Okay. I really hope that this part of the inside us will force us to go and start playing seriously with the blockchain solutions. Okay.
Yeah.
When we talk about cloud adoption, it wasn't new, but it was a different shift in paradigm, and it was also something that relatively was fast change, fast transition to the cloud, and the outcomes were almost immediate. So we could have seen right away the change in pay bills. We suddenly saw different lines in the financial reports. Suddenly, all the capex shifted to opex, and like all the financial departments loved it. So it was some sort of support to go with the cloud adoption.
Right.
Now, when we come into enterprise and talk about, let's transition to the blockchain-driven application. Let's upgrade your current line of business applications to the blockchain-driven and get ability to start integrating with others, expand, and get all the benefits that we constantly were talking about blockchain. And here we have different pushback. And this pushback more comes from the side like, it works, I don't care. It works. We used to do this before. It works. And I don't want to be transparent. So it's a little bit different pushback. Because let's be honest, there's not something that suddenly, because it's a blockchain, business gets absolutely different product. Think about it. It's better product, it's more efficient, it's better security, it's better transparency, it's better. But it's like, you know, when automaker release a new car, new model, people not really jump right away the same year to change to the new model.
It's incrementally better.
It's incrementally better, but it's still the same, the car, right? With the same wheels, same windows, like it's a car. It's still, I call cars as transportation device. Takes my ass from point A and moves it to point B. Okay, some cars do this with the comfort. In some cars you struggle, but it's still the outcome is the same. My ass get moved from point A to point B. Okay, so maybe this is the situation. Maybe we will see that the cars will start dying, and then like, okay, I need to change.
So it's it's something scary, exciting, and new that's delivering incremental benefit, as opposed to comparing it to something like the internet, which was scary, exciting, and new, but it was a massive leap in value because nothing existed before, right?
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Is there, out of all the benefits of blockchain, is there one benefit that you think could be the greatest anchor to developing adoption? Is there one benefit of blockchain, if you had to strip it down to just one thing? It could, maybe it's only beneficial for one type of enterprise customer, but is there one benefit that you would stand on the top of the mountain and say, this is the one that I'm most excited about?
No, I cannot say one, because you get this as a compound effect. Okay. So the transparency without traceability, it's useless, right? Better authentication mechanisms without transparency and security, it's useless. Having secured ecosystem, we can build other secured ecosystems, but without ability securely exchange data with other members of the consortium, it's useless. So we really need to look on the blockchain-driven solution and as a like whole solution, the full package. Okay, so if we deploy blockchain solution in the health industry, manage your records with whom you share, getting ability to trace the changes. So incrementals, like Even if you're getting a new medicine, where it's recorded, how it's recorded. If you want to now give the entire medical record of your life to this other clinic, how do you do this today? Right? But blockchain allows you to do this by leveraging authentication mechanisms, security, traceability. You want to know that the new doctor that you trusted, decided to trust, even opened your profile before he's recommended to you a new medicine. I want to know. I don't want to get just, oh, okay, he has symptoms that similar to this. I will prescribe him this medicine. And suddenly I want to see it. I don't right now, but I want to see that, oh, actually this doctor even didn't open my history, didn't look. So do I need to trust this doctor? So it's compound benefits.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. If I had to say one, I would say trust, though. I don't know if you think that is right or wrong, or I just feel that, like you're talking about being able to know something for sure. It seems like that is a fundamental thing about blockchain that you don't get from a database. To be able to know that something happened and to be able to look at that thing and say, I know that it happened because the technology makes sure of it. And we don't have that right now.
This is where I see that nobody cares about this at all. Like, seriously, at all. No. It's really simple. You go to bank. Do you trust bank?
The big ones, yes.
It doesn't matter, man. You have no choice. You want to have a bank account, you go with their rules.
Yeah, blind trust.
And their rules is simple. If they don't like you, they kicking your ass out of the bank. And you can do nothing about it. Zero. Okay? Right now, you can do zero. Yes, you can go and try to sue them. Good luck. Okay? When you go to see the doctor, what mechanisms you have? Nothing. Mm-hmm. Trust. You're signing a contract with particular company for particular services. They trust you if they say they hired you. So, or they don't. And just because I'll give you one simple example. Really simple example. I wanted to buy a particular product just lately. And this product in this region where I wanted to buy it only sold by one company. I had really terrible experience with their one of the sales.
What a surprise.
And it was a freaking struggle to buy the product. I contacted the head office of the company, actually producer of the product, and wanted to talk to them that, guys, I want to buy it directly from you. I don't want to buy it through distributor. I would expect that they will, first of all, will try to investigate what's going on, why, and will sell to me the product. No. I get the response, no, you have no choice. If you want our product, you're going to buy it from this vendor, this distributor.
Archaic.
And they did, because it's a good product.
Yeah.
So, man, it's a little bit fucked world now, how I see it. in many, like, I can bring so many examples like this. So, trust. People don't care. I see many situations where people don't care about trust, they don't care about even customer satisfaction that actually can be traceable historically. Think about it. I'm driving a rental car. I'll give you it is just from the last week, man. Driving a rental car. And driving it for already for many months. I'm getting a message on WhatsApp. Misha, we recall the car. You need to bring it back. It's in the middle of the contract, right? I think, okay, maybe there's some manufacturer recall, maybe some, regular service, something. I respond, yeah, okay, I will bring it. I can bring it tomorrow, this time.
Mm.
Are you going to give me some other car? And the response was, oh, do you need a car? Do you need another car? The switch between cars was a little bit a hassle, where I came and said, guys, I really, really don't like how you behave, how you treat clients, how you work. Like, they even didn't care. So there's, by the way, like, remember about a year ago, I did a presentation about a message to enterprises about blockchain. And I was referring to actually a big report from Deloitte that what we believe is needed to enterprise, and what enterprise is really looking inside blockchain solutions. It was two different things.
Yeah.
And if you will find this report now, actually you will see that enterprises were putting security, transparency, absolutely into the different category, not where blockchain evangelists were putting them. So, yeah, like right now, I do declare that everything what we hear about blockchain in enterprises is just a buzz, and throw tomatoes at me and show me where I'm mistaken, where I missed it. Don't show me POCs, don't show me MVPs, show me production. Production somewhere. Your multi-region, multi-nation organization, show me at least one country where entire country is using the blockchain-driven solution. Then I will say, yeah, I'm mistaken. I will accept it, and I will have different opinion. Also, and I want to really emphasize this. All this conversation today, it's not about, okay, screw blockchain, we are not dealing with it anymore. Not at all. Okay, we do believe, like I believe, that it's a future. I do believe that it's going to be more and more solutions on the blockchain platforms. There's really good initiatives around that, not just Hyperledger, that pushing blockchain solutions to enterprises, and it will come. Okay, and we're gonna be there when it will come, and we do work today about that. But again, I don't want to be just kind of the person that follows the bus. It's not about bus. It's about build something tangible that brings real value. And we have this ability, and we demonstrated this ability, and we've done this many times. Yeah. I just want to see that actually those organizations willing to adopt what's available.
Yeah, and if I can ask you on that note, Misha, what are you seeing in this last 1 or 2 years? We're talking about the buzz in blockchain. We're talking, is it hot or not? How does this compare to what you've seen with other technologies? How does this compare in new technologies specifically? How does this compare to what you've seen for the buzz in stuff like AI and ML? What about the buzz in big data? What about the buzz in Internet of Things, IoT? Like, if we're going to try to compare new technologies, what's happening with enterprise blockchain and the actual, beyond POCs, blockchain in production in the enterprise, with comparing it to AI and ML in production in the enterprise and IoT in production in the enterprise? Are we seeing success with other new technologies, or are all new technologies like blockchain getting a little bit more hype than what the reality looks like?
It's interesting. Again, it's my opinions.
Okay? Yeah.
There is a lot of buzz about AI, ML, big data, like IoT. There's a lot of buzz about this. Okay. Sometimes I'm challenging those startups that are approaching me and asking some questions, wanting me to be an advisor on their board, whatever. And I'm challenging them, like, okay, you pitching AI, ML, like big data, like it's just you managed to put all the buzzwords in your slide deck. Okay, show me now how you're gonna use it. Okay. So of course, it's a lot of buzz about this. However, we do see those things get in place more and more and more and more. So the adoption there is going, we like it or not, because it has different angles, if you will. Okay. Again, it's something that brings something new, totally new, that people didn't have before. Big data, for example, right? If we'll talk about Power BI, suddenly your business moves to Office 365, you're getting access to the Power BI in the cloud through Office 365. Suddenly you can start integrating different sources of data, LinkedIn, your databases, and start building dashboards, and suddenly it works, and you start working with big data. It's there, and it's new. It's not some sort of incremental improvement, right? IoT, I don't see, honestly, too really big, crazy shift around that. It's still a lot of buzz. Mm-hmm. And we need to also define what we call IoT, right? If I have an electronic switch that I control to Alexa and I installed it on my board, is it IoT? Or I have a step down transformer from 220 to 110. Is it IoT? Probably not. But if my batteries, lithium batteries, having built-in Bluetooth Bluetooth interface, and I can see the status of every cell in the battery on the cell phone, is it IoT now?
Good point.
Right? But yeah, we do get a lot of things that suddenly getting network interface, suddenly getting connectivity to the internet, management, everything. So right now, for example, I did quite a big upgrade on the board. So as long as board has access to the internet, I can monitor from anywhere in the world the status of my batteries, status of the connectivity, chargers, solar panels, you name it. Okay. Now, when I step in on the board and I do Bluetooth search, I have probably 30 devices with Bluetooth appearing. Can I live without this? Yeah, but it's new, right? So it's I do play with it. So in enterprises, we do see things that coming more and more toward this. Okay, but again, it's not something that suddenly changed the business in a way that it brings dozens of millions of dollars of revenue. And this is actually quite interesting. Let's talk about conference room. Business is willing to invest. Good cameras, good mics, TVs, wireless connectivity to the TV, to screen your PowerPoint presentations, all that, right?
Yeah.
I call it buzz, right? Show off how much tangible revenue this new freaking meeting room brings to the business.
Very good question.
But it's easy to sell, and almost everybody buys it. I step in and say to CEO, if your line of business application will shift to the blockchain-driven application, you will get those and those abilities. And if you will convince your partners also to be part of this, you can make extra $5 million a year. Your efficiency can improve by 47%.
Yeah.
Tangible.
You know what you and I should do? We should start a new company or a new division where we could be a branding company for large enterprises. And we sell all the same things that we sell now. The hardware, the software. We
don't sell hardware.
we don't, but we could. We could outfit boardrooms. We could put all the devices, because is that valuable in and of itself when you walk into a large enterprise boardroom and it looks like a company that does $1 billion in sales? It's vanity for sure. It's vanity, but I like how you're pushing the question. When you're installing that technology, is your company more profitable, more productive? How do you measure it? And maybe this is a challenge. It seems like the theme of the last 10 minutes is new technology is being adopted. It's being adopted slowly, but for blockchain, it's even slower.
It's even slower. And new technology, like I do see much more adoption on ML, big data, AI, much more than the buzz itself.
That's good.
So it's there. So and it's going there. So like it. Okay. Blockchain, too much buzz, no actions.
Yeah. So maybe as a thought to wrap up today's chat, Misha, let's say an enterprise C-suite executive is listening in, or let's just say they're having a conversation with you because you're always talking to them, and they're hearing this. Is your message to the enterprise C-suite right now, don't worry about blockchain for another few years? Or what is your message to the enterprise executive? What should they do with this? Where you're kind of saying, you know what, it is a lot hype, but there's still value there. What would you recommend companies do on their roadmap? Should they postpone things? Should they experiment? What's the advice?
For sure, to move with it, experiment with it, and do it not because of the buzz. Do it not because of the by doing this declaration that we're shifting to blockchain, blah, 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 or stock market is going up, whatever. No. Really, if they motivated on tangible results and something that can improve their business, in multiple dimensions, definitely to experiment with it. Okay. Do not follow the buzz. It's not about buzz. It's about what this new technology brings to the table from the tangible perspective. Okay. And trust those numbers that they see. Okay. So, and if they don't want to do this, I do challenge them to check, do their own self-check and really identify what they really want and how they work. So maybe it's good how they work and they're okay, but then I will ask those executives, please remove the bullshit about your vision and missions from your websites, because what's there and what's the reality, it's a little bit different.
Very good point. Don't follow the buzz.
Don't follow the buzz.
Love it. So we're looking for feedback from this episode, right? People that are listening in, you want this to start a conversation even more so than our standard podcast format. What question do you have? What feedback do you want? What's your message to those out there who can send you an email, a LinkedIn message? What do you want to know?
I want to know that I'm mistaken. First of all, that my observation of the last few years is wrong. Okay. This is the first. I really want to see real, not startup, not POC, nothing, real enterprise that started to work fully on with services and applications that blockchain driven. Okay. Really want to see this. Okay. I want to hear feedback or ideas or some thoughts from others, what they see, what they believe is the real roadblock, why adoption is not happening. Because when collectively we'll understand where's the roadblock, real roadblock, maybe we'll be able to address it. Or at least we will know how to move in what direction to address it. So I would welcome any feedback on that. And I really want to have this as an open channel communication, open mic. Anyone can say anything, as long as we do this in an appropriate way. Yeah, I would love to have discussions. I would love to have topics. Maybe we will get different topics. Maybe by doing some digging together, we will get to something that is going to be an aha moment for all of us. Okay, so who knows? But yeah, I want feedback. I want back communication and see what's going on.